Welcome back to Paranormal Perspective. I'm John Lorden, and joining me as always is...
Christy Arnhart.
This is the show where Christy does the research looking into a paranormal or paranormal adjacent topic. She does all that work, she brings us the information in front of a live stream audience, and we put the question to them. Is this really paranormal or not? I'm just here to try to win my side of the argument, which is it's not paranormal. And I do that with some quick internet searches, maybe a little life experience, but I have no insight into the topics before we do this. Outside of the fact, I happen to be a fan of Howard Stern on Sirius XM. And there is a regular caller that he has that is really hung up on dogmen. So I have heard some information about dogmen previously. But I haven't heard yours. So I'm looking forward to seeing what your take is on this.
And see, I think it was Shauna who sent me an email about this. That may have been other people as well, but I think Shauna's the one that turned me on to this. Because I was always like, no big deal. What? It's a werewolf, right? No, it's a little different. We don't know. Is it a dog? Is it a wolf? Well, like John said, today we're discussing cases of dogmen. Now, these creatures are said to inhabit the United States, but these stories go into Canada as well, where they're called loup-garou. Those involve imported tales from France. And I would really like to just make a show about the French loup-garou on its own, because there are some incredible old stories about it. So today it's dogmen, even though loup-garou is mentioned because it has a part in it.
Okay, gotcha.
My question for today was going to be, is the dogman real or myth?
Okay. Does that... Well, because they could be real. Just trying to think. I'm trying to make sure, because this audience is so tricky. You don't understand. This audience...
It's hard to come up with a question.
They know us extremely well, and if we leave any sliver of a crack for the question, they're going to drive right for that crack. So, okay, the question is, in terms of it being paranormal, gosh, I don't know how to phrase it. I'm going to ask the audience, how would you guys do it?
Yeah.
How would you guys phrase this?
Help us out.
I bet I know who's going to answer first. Let me see. We would never, John. Raven. I'm pretty sure. I remember a certain episode where we gave you guys a third option, and it just blew everything up. So
we learned not to do that.
Yeah. Mike says he makes it sound like we're all lawyers. Well, believe it or not, are dogmen real? Says Jill. Well, they could be real, but not paranormal necessarily, right? That's what I'm concerned about. Someone answered, though. Of course not, Raven. Okay, that's it. End of the episode. Oh, no, Raven. I thought that was an answer to Jill's question. I was going to say episode over.
Done.
Okay. No. Christy, go ahead with your presentation. I'll figure out the question as we go.
And we'll refine it. Okay.
Yeah.
So the dogman is a dog-like creature that stands on its hind legs at about 7 foot tall, and it doesn't run on all fours like you expect it to. It runs on 2 legs. People say that it has the torso of a human man and the howl that sounds like a human scream. So, dog head, fur, claws, all that, which to me sounds like a werewolf, but we'll get into that.
I mean, this picture looks like a werewolf.
They all look like a werewolf.
Is this an actual photograph?
No, I have no actual photographs to show you. I have videos.
Okay.
Videos.
All right.
Actual dogmen. But yeah, the legend says that the dogman appears once every decade, but only on years ending in 7. And it just so happens that the first sighting that's recorded is in 1887.
That is so weird.
I get into that though.
Where would he go for the rest? I'm gonna hide until the year ends in 7.
Well, see, I have sightings.
Okay.
throughout the years. But it seems like the most prevalent ones happen on a year that ends in 7.
Okay. All right.
I mean, we're talking about mysterious paranormal creatures. They have a whole set of rules that we don't follow.
Okay.
It is believed that in French Canada, independent French fur traders called runners of the woods, that's cool, brought the legend of the loup-garou to New France in the early 1600s. And then from there, the legends were said to spread into Indian Territory in what is now Wisconsin and Michigan. So in this case, it was believed that baptized Christians would shapeshift into werewolves after going 7 years without receiving the Catholic sacraments of reconciliation or the Holy Eucharist. So
I just want you to keep
we are,
saying Lucaroo or what.
isn't it cool?
It
I
is.
think that all of this is cool.
I'm surprised we don't have a viewer named that in the chat right now. Lucaroo's here.
Yeah, I'm serious. We'll hear the Canadians speak up, I'm sure, and I'm hoping that they do. So, another illustration. Here in the United States, it's believed that the first dogman sightings, of course, go back to the native tribes. They had a lot of deities and spirits of the forest that match this description. So they already had a feel for it. They had already had attacks, things like that. And honestly, that's the way most of these shows start out. Nobody gives the native tribes the props they deserve.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
They just don't. The first recorded sighting that we have of the Michigan dogman was in 1887 in Wexford County when 2 lumberjacks saw a creature that they described as having a man's body and a dog's head. So see, it goes from werewolf to dogman on this first sighting.
Okay.
And I mean, I don't know if they knew about I don't know if werewolves or that myth was prevalent back then. I just don't know.
Yeah, I don't know when
But
that
that's
would
the
have.
way they described it. I mean, I know people knew about them, but the way we have it in pop culture and whatnot today is totally different from what it was in the 1800s. So they described it as a dog man.
Okay.
Now, then in 1917, and you get little sightings here in between, and I'll read some of those, but I can't even read them all. There are so many sightings of this creature. So in 1917, while a sheriff was out walking, he found a wagon and tracks in the dust on the road. And he could tell from the tracks that this wagon was being stalked by wolves.
Okay.
So near the roadside, he finds a team of 4 horses that were pulling this wagon, and they're all laying at the side of the road dead. There's not a mark on them. They've not been hurt in any way. So he calls in the local vet to take a look at these animals and see what happened to them. And the vet told him plainly, they just died of fright. So a lot of people think the dog man was in that group of creatures and had something to do with that.
But I thought he had a man's body.
Mm-hmm.
So
well, yeah, but he's got clawed feet.
Okay.
Clawed feet, clawed hands.
Okay, gotcha.
You know, yeah. Now I'm going to go to 1938 in Paris, Michigan. While Robert Fortney was out fishing, he was attacked by a pack of wild dogs. But one of the dogs was way bigger than the rest, and it was walking on its hind legs. He scared him off eventually by firing his shotgun into the air, but the one that was standing on its hind legs wouldn't leave, and it just stand there glaring at it.
Kind of like this picture, right?
Yes. Okay. Yes, absolutely. You get similar creatures in Allegan County in the 1950s and in the Manistee and Cross Village areas in 1967. And then it hit big proportions in 1987 when Steve Cook, who was a Traverse, I hope I pronounced that right, city radio station DJ, recorded a song about the dog man as an April Fool's Day joke.
Uh-oh.
Now, we're not gonna play the song, okay?
Oh yes, we are, because it actually has the answer in it. No, we can't. I don't think we can play the whole thing.
Nah.
It'll probably get a copyright strike. But here, let's just play just a little piece of it here.
So the officer and I went out there to take a look at it. he just tried to chew in around the doors. And you could see a dog print, alongside the window there. And so it was, obviously a dog.
That's it. That's the only part I wanted to say. It was obviously a dog. Case closed.
Whatever.
That's weird because it sounds like it was an interview.
And there are several people who have given interviews, and I'll have a link for one of those too. Okay. I just put the link for the song in the chat if you guys would like to check it out.
Does it actually turn into a song at some point? Because that was just
yes, it does.
Weird... Okay,
it does.
All right. Let's just run a little clip in the middle here.
In 1917, a sheriff who was out walking found a driverless wagon and tracks in the dust like wolves had been stalking.
This sounds familiar.
Near the roadside.
He's just singing about what I talked about.
Yeah.
With their eyes open.
Christy, are you just reading us the lyrics to his song? Is that
I was
what
pressed this week. I was pressed for time this week. I'm sorry.
It's still not a song. There's no singing. I mean, it's just a guy talking on top of.
Near Luther, it happened again.
Yeah.
He's Shatner in it through the whole thing.
He really is. At first, I was thinking, I was like, oh, did they get Bill Shatner on this?
I know. I love the talk songs too. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, there we go. If anyone wants to listen to the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like I said, this was an April Fool's Day prank that he did. But surprisingly, after it aired, he got so many calls from people who had eyewitness accounts that he really started to doubt if it was a myth or not. Now, one of the first things that you're going to find when you look up dogmen on the internet is the Gable film. The Gable film is one of those awesome found footage things. It's 8mm that supposedly shows a dog man chasing a car and chasing son and father while they're in the car, right?
Okay.
It is a complete hoax. The first of this, you might just skip to like the last minute or so, because the first of it, it's typical found footage. Oh, everyone's just out playing in the snow. This is our house. Look around.
Oh, really? For like 3 minutes, nothing happens?
For like 2.5 minutes, yeah.
Okay.
Until you get to where they're in the car driving down the road.
Oh, but hold on a second. I'm just wondering if it was, because that didn't even look like the same camera for a second in that middle shot.
Oh, it may not be.
Yeah.
He said he filmed these on an 8mm, but
okay,
it's a big hoax, so who knows? That looks like my Lola May. But yeah, I'd skip forward even more.
Really? I'm already at 2:16.
I'll keep going.
Oh, but wait, someone's fixing the truck.
Well,
What is this?
And I mean, everything, their clothes, the cars, it looked like he went to some trouble to put this together.
Yeah, it looks like real old footage though. I mean, it just looks like someone went through their family stuff and they pulled together a bunch of little clips and.
Well, supposedly it was one of those things, that you find at a yard sale and things. I love the found footage stuff. Right, but yeah, they're just driving down the road,
I'm still waiting.
Filming out the window with an 8mm.
Yeah. I'm still waiting.
Skip again.
I'm at 3 minutes. There's only 30 seconds left.
It is right at the end. But that's the way these found footage things happen, right?
This is the only way that someone would watch. What?
There it is.
That's like an ape.
Well, it was actually a dude dressed in a ghillie suit.
Oh, really? Well, he's moving like an ape, using down on all fours.
He did a real good job. Yeah, he was running. And he looks like an ape too. And I had seen this before, but I didn't know that it was fake until I started looking into it for this case. And, Cook has admitted, I did the film and I did the song and all this stuff. But like I said,
wow, the
amount of people that he has talked to since then are ridiculous.
The ending sells it way too hard, like the person's been attacked or tried to run
and the
off
camera
and then dropped
drops.
the camera. Yeah, that was way too, because then how does it connect to the rest of the story? Then someone came along a year later and found a camera in the woods and sold it at a garage sale.
I know, but that's the way they always happen. I love it.
Oh, goodness. All right.
Oh, now the dogman craze really got off the ground in the 1990s. There were reports from the vicinity of Elkhorn, Wisconsin, and adjacent Michigan. Over there, you get a lot of dogman accounts from those areas, and they involved observations that are known as the Beast of Bray Road today.
This is the guy that did the song, right? I just want to make sure I got this right.
That is Mr. Cook.
This is Mr. Cook. Okay.
Yeah, that's Mr. Cook, and he's got a framed, hand-drawn dogman picture.
Yeah. And it's his wallpaper on his computer.
I'm sure. I don't know how much money he's made off of this.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to get into the Beast of Bray Road either, because I could make a separate show out of that.
Yep.
So yeah, dogman ties into a lot of things in this area.
Right.
One of the best known people to have anything to do with dogman is Linda Godfrey. And she was a skilled artist. She illustrated the dogmen and the accounts of the Beast of Bray Road. This is her. Mm-hmm. And a lot of them featured in the book that she wrote in 2003 called The Beast of Bray Road. She is the only person who has this huge catalog of witness reports. She started collecting all of this and kept the legend alive. Unfortunately, until she died in 2022 from Parkinson's, 71 years old. But like I said, she really forged the path for anybody looking to have any information on the dogman. She says that the first time she ever even heard of this creature was from a local freelance journalist who had heard accounts from a bus driver named Pat Lester. Now, Pat's daughter was named Lori, and Lori had seen what she described as a wolf or large dog with human characteristics in the fall of '89. Their neighbor, Doris Gibson, saw it too. She saw it kneeling by the side of the road at 1:30 a.m. eating roadkill, like in its hands, like, Now, Gibson's account did happen on Halloween, but I don't think anyone's pulling a prank and eating roadkill. It's 1:30 in the morning. Who's going to post up on the road to do that?
I did some crazy stuff on Halloween, I'll just say, but yeah.
Well, she said she accidentally hit it, that it chased her car, and she accidentally hit this thing, damaged her car. They never found the dogman, but the damage was very evident. In December of 1990, several witnesses found footprints on Potter's Road. They told the Lakeland Animal Shelter director, and everyone took to calling this dogman Potsy because they found the prints on Potter's Road.
Potter's Road.
But it's and I don't doubt. No, I think there's more than one dogman. I do not think that this is a one-off or anything like that. There's more than one of these creatures. So that same year, a man named Mike Eaton was driving along Berry Road late at night when he saw an animal bigger than a wolf, setting like a raccoon does, and it was eating something out of its hands as well, some little creature that it had caught.
Okay.
So a high school student, I'm just going to go through some here. A high school student called Tom Brichta is credited with 2 1992 sightings. He said it was a shaggy coated creature, and it partly collided with his car chasing after it. He said it had the head of a dog and stood at least 6 foot tall, at least, because he could see its head over the cornfield before it came out.
Okay.
I can see the look on your face, and I don't appreciate it.
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to you.
I'm not believing some kid in high school that got attention for telling this story twice. Come on.
Well, it's not only that. See, in 2017, we've got a Michigan truck driver that had an encounter with the dogman in the Manistee National Forest.
Okay.
And that encounter changed his life. You can find interviews
Yeah, he started making
crazy.
song spoofs and
No, not this guy. Just
okay.
Mr. Cook.
Yeah.
But yeah, even today, there are sightings right up to today. We have some videos of,
All right.
we have 2 videos we're going to show that
Okay.
shows Dogman.
Out of hundreds, by
Dogmen.
the way. There's hundreds of
Yes.
videos, but you're convinced these 2. These are the 2 to convince the audience.
Well,
All right.
and I'm going to put this video into the chat.
Here we go.
Dude, you see that?
Dude.
No, dude, what the heck is that? No,
Dude.
you see that? Oh my god.
Dude.
Bryson, tell me you don't see that.
They're at their house.
So, they live in the
They're
woods.
in the backyard.
Yeah.
That's one of their buddies. That's Tom, that they know from high school.
Tell me you don't see that.
Class of 92, Tom. That's him.
No way.
Oh
What
my
is
god.
that? Ellie, come on.
It's a monkey outfit.
No, it's not. That's a dog man.
To the window.
There's a dog man.
It's his pupper.
Show me.
I do like the music.
Yeah. You know I love when they do that. Oh, come on. That was digital.
It was not.
Yes. Yes. It is 3 black lines.
Listen to him.
No, that is not real.
Poo-pooing the dog man evidence.
Not real. Fake.
Now,
Fake. I could see the line. There's a dead straight line. Nah.
It's the tree limbs.
Nah. Okay. All right.
It's dog man.
Okay.
I couldn't even include all of the sightings
There's too
that
many.
happened today.
Yeah.
There
no, I
are
get it.
too many.
Yeah.
And I'm right out there. I believe.
All right.
I
let's see.
believe
I'm
in the
gonna run
dog
this
man.
one. Let's see here. What? What? This music, I gotta. Is there no
You gotta
way to
mute that. It makes it so much creepier.
Oh wait. I can't. But. But. I don't even understand.
See, watch it. It'll drop to all 4s and take off running.
Oh, I wish I could pause better with this. YouTube Shorts, please get some better controls.
They really do need it.
What is this? What am I looking
It's
at?
a dog man.
That's a dog man?
Yes. Oh, look, there's
I
an
can't
eye.
even tell what it is.
I can see its nose and its eyes. Mm-hmm.
And it looks like something's jumping out of the car ahead of him.
It was probably running across the road and they stopped traffic because there was a 7-foot tall dog man in the road.
This has also been manipulated. The footage has been slowed down to try to show what this is, but they're running the audio at regular speed, which maybe they're just doing so you can see what it is, but and they had to get that scream in there.
Well, he's terrified.
Oh, did you see what the TikTok account is? Hollywood Paranormal Detective.
Well, he can't help where he lives, John.
Okay. Okay. Here we go. Our last piece. This is your last chance, Christy.
Check it out. You got him.
Squatch Watchers. Here we go. Here we go. I'm pretty sure that's the damn dirty ape.
That's a dog man.
That's an ape all day.
It's a dog man.
You guys want a dog man?
This guy.
Sounds like one of my cousins.
You guys want a dog man?
You got it.
I gotta take a sip before I play this for you. Hold on. I gotta prepare myself. Oh,
Mic drop.
Goodness. Oh, goodness.
But
Christy.
no, yes, I totally believe that werewolf-like creatures are running around parts of Canada, Michigan, Wisconsin. I can remember back in the day reading on Reddit, people who would be driving through the desert at night and they would have creatures run up beside their car and run at speed with them at 55 mile an hour. Sometimes it was, I don't want to say it, but a Wendigo. Other times
I
people
think
thought
it's
it was dog.
Wendigo. I think. I don't know.
Don't
I'm no
make fun.
expert.
Don't want to have anything to do with that. That's one of the reasons I've never actually, I don't think I've ever covered them. They scare the ever loving crap out of me. And I do not ever want to be anywhere near one. Ever.
All right. Well, somehow I think I left the poll open too long because I was winning until Christy looked over
And saw the poll.
and voted. But this is what happens. I put a third option in against my better judgment. So how did the question shake out? We said that it was a... I wish I could see it, but I can't see it anymore. Can you still see the question and the answers?
No. Well, okay. It was, no, I can't see all of it. It's organic animal. No one wins. Story made up by bored people. John wins. Mine.
Yeah.
Supernatural creature. Christy wins.
Yep. And which one won?
Oh, people think it's an animal. Nobody won.
Organic animal. Organic animal. So no one wins. No one wins today's episode. But if someone was going to win, if we removed that third option, what would have happened?
Well, we could have also added some of those points to mine as well, so we don't know what the outcome.
No, I don't. Yeah, but no, we're eliminating that whole category of organic animal. Then what happens?
I would have won.
No, I don't. I think you got to check your math. All right. So the official result is people think that it's an organic animal. And quite honestly, I think I agree with that, at least for some of the photos that we saw. I think a few of them were hoaxes. And that's hard about, once again, the phrasing on these questions or the answers for this question, because we saw so many different clips. It's like, which one? That last one where I was trying to pause it on the one that was running by his door, I just think that's a dog. I think that's a dog that just jumped out of the truck or the car in front of him.
It gives me chills.
The one with the dude. I'm pretty sure that's a guy wearing a costume that's out in their backyard. And the cameraman didn't know, hey, don't turn around and show our house. Make it look like we're out in the middle of the woods somewhere. Yeah.
So skeptical.
Yeah.
I hope you never meet one. I mean, you're pretty close.
I'm pretty sure I won't. I'm pretty sure I won't. Let me tell you, there's one more thing that gets me about all this. This one particular picture.
Oh my gosh.
This is not the design of an animal that would be made to stand upright on its hind legs. And this is a pose that you have seen if you have ever gone to, well, certain types of circuses, I guess, where you have dogs dancing. This is what their body does. But it's just their body was not designed to be standing this way. You know, like the foot's just not the right shape. And the way that the legs bend, all of this, this is an animal supposed to be crawling on all fours.
Well, and that's just one sighting in one sketch.
Yeah.
Majority of the others don't show that.
Well, but they did say paw prints. So the paw prints, it would be different if they said footprints, because like even Sasquatch, like their feet, right? Feet are engineered for something that's going to be standing. Well,
yeah, but I would imagine that this thing's feet look different from ours, especially with the toe claws, because they move differently.
Yeah, but I would think the heel would still be, especially if it's that tall, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm not some expert on those things. I'm just saying it sticks out to me as being strange.
It's all strange and crazy.
It always is on this show. That's why we keep doing it. Christy, thank you so much for your hard work. Yeah, we all won today's episode. Thanks for pointing that out, Moo. Because now we can all run off in our individual directions with our own beliefs, regardless of what someone else said anyway. But I'm pretty sure I won't be meeting any dogmen. If you guys have proof of dogman, tell us about it. Put a link in the comments down below. There we go.
Please do.
Let us know what you think. If you have an idea for an episode, Christy, where do they send it?
Send it to Paranormal Purse pers@gmail.com. Or you can also message me on X at Ghost of Christy.
All right. That is it. Thank you so much for joining us on today's episode. Please come back. Until then, we will see you on the other side.